chosen one, what if the reason your life has felt so different is because God never designed you for an ordinary path? What if the confusion, the pressure, and the delays were never sent to break you, but to hide a purpose too powerful to be revealed too soon? This is not random. This is the moment heaven begins to uncover what has been buried in your spirit for a long time. If you feel something pulling at your soul already, comment 777 below, because in the next part we are going to reveal why God is opening your eyes now and what your true purpose has been all along. Chosen one, God is about to reveal your purpose. Beloved, take a slow breath with me for a moment. I want to speak to you gently, because what you are hearing right now is not just here to soothe your heart. It is here to turn you back towards something holy. I know what it feels like to keep moving through life while carrying questions you cannot explain, battles you do not talk about, and a weight in your spirit that other people never seem to notice. You may look calm on the outside, but deep down you have been fighting to stay steady. I can feel that about you in this message. You have carried pain with more strength than people know. You have carried responsibility without making noise about it. You have carried disappointment without letting it make you bitter. But now God is reaching into this very moment to tell you something deeper than encouragement. He is telling you that your life is not drifting the way it seemed. You are not lost. You are not forgotten. You are not some random life passing through random seasons. You were made deliberately, and you were made for something real. That restlessness in your spirit did not come from nowhere. Have you noticed how certain things that once held your attention do not satisfy you anymore? Have you wondered why old habits, old spaces, even old dreams now feel too small for your soul? I have seen this happen in real life more than once. When God begins to pull one of his chosen ones back into alignment, what used to feel normal starts feeling tight. What used to feel familiar starts feeling heavy. You do not always understand it at first. You just know you cannot go back and feel at peace there anymore. You were never created to run after everything that shines. You were never meant to belong in every room. And you were never supposed to spend your life trying to satisfy people who never had the spiritual vision to understand your calling. That is why God has been clearing things out. That is why some doors closed, some connections weakened, and some paths suddenly stopped working. It was not punishment, it was protection. God was removing noise so you could hear purpose again. And I need you to hear this deeply. Purpose is not what the world claps for. Purpose is what God spoke into your soul before you ever took your first breath. Scripture says that before he formed you in the womb, he knew you. Think about that. God did not discover your purpose later. He did not improvise your life. He designed it with intention, with care, with precision. He placed something inside you on purpose, and that is why your soul has never been able to settle for a life that only looks good on the outside. Your purpose is bigger than a career. Careers can change in a season. Your purpose does not. Your purpose is bigger than a title, because titles fade when people stop paying attention. Your purpose is bigger than approval, because people can celebrate you one day and misunderstand you the next. I have watched that happen to many people, even to those the world calls successful. A person can be applauded in public and still feel empty in private. Why? Because applause is not the same as alignment. You were created first to walk with God, to reflect him, to carry his presence, to reveal his nature through the way you live. Everything else comes after that. I truly believe many chosen ones suffer because they try to build a life around performance when God is calling them back to obedience. And there is a difference. God never asked you to be flawless. He asked you to be aligned. He never demanded that you impress the world. He asked you to stay faithful. Does that explain why your soul has felt heavy lately? Does it explain why some environments now drain you? Why some relationships leave you tired? Why some opportunities that once excited you suddenly feel empty? That is not always failure. Sometimes it is God saying, You have outgrown this spiritually. Sometimes the discomfort is not a sign that something is wrong. Sometimes it is the signal that heaven is calling you higher. And going higher always means leaving something lower behind. The pain you faced was not meaningless. The heartbreak did not come to destroy you. The delay was not proof that God ignored you. I know delays can make a person question everything. I have lived through enough waiting seasons to know how quiet heaven can feel. But looking back, I can also say this honestly. Some of the hardest seasons of my life were preparing me for clarity I could not have handled earlier. That is how God works so often. He builds capacity before he reveals assignment. Pressure deepens you. It stretches you. It teaches you what comfort never could. Joseph had to endure the pit and the prison before he could stand in the place God had prepared for him. David had to live in obscurity before he could wear the crown. Moses had to go through the wilderness before he could lead people through one. Even Jesus entered a season of preparation before stepping fully into public purpose. Why would your life be exempt from that pattern if you also carry a calling? So no, God is not late with you. He is not confused about you. He is not silent because he has abandoned you. He is aligning details you cannot yet see. That is why this message is landing in your spirit the way it is. God is reminding you what your real purpose looks like. It is to know him deeply, follow him faithfully, trust him fully, and walk with him daily. It is to carry light in dark places. It is to love in a world that has grown cold. It is to reflect heaven in a confused generation. It is to remain steady when others misunderstand you. It is to obey even when the full picture has not been explained yet. That is purpose. Quiet, strong, holy purpose. The world measures a life by achievement, status, reach, and visibility. God measures a life by alignment. That changes everything. It means what looks slow to people may actually be sacred. It means what looks hidden may actually be protected. It means what felt like loss may be the very thing leading you back to yourself. And more importantly, back to him. I believe God is removing distractions around you right now. I believe he is opening what fits your calling and silencing what has kept your spirit confused. Some people may drift away. Some desires may fade. Some dreams may change shape. Some priorities may suddenly rearrange themselves inside you. That is not because you are losing your path. It is because you are finally finding the one that was yours all along. God did not call you to stay busy just to feel valuable. He called you to be aligned. And when alignment comes, clarity follows. When clarity comes, peace follows. And when peace comes, you stop forcing what was never meant for you. You stop begging for what does not belong to your calling. You stop competing with people whose path was never yours to begin with. What is truly connected to your purpose will not come wrapped in chaos. It will come with peace, with direction, with a quiet kind of certainty your soul recognizes. God is lifting you now, not for attention, but for assignment. I believe you are entering a season where your spirit will begin to feel at home again, a season where what God placed inside you starts to bloom without strain, a season where obedience becomes strength, not burden, a season where purpose becomes the compass that steadies every step. So let me leave this with your heart very plainly. You are not behind, you are not late, and despite how it may have felt, you are not unreachable. You are exactly in the place where God can speak clearly to you. And maybe that is why you found this message now, not by accident, but by design. Come back to your purpose, walk in it, live in it, protect it, because this is what you were created for. And somewhere deep down, I think your soul already knew that, didn't it? Beloved, this is what I want to leave with you. Your life is not random and your calling is not lost. God has been leading you, even in the quiet seasons, even in the confusing ones, even in the moments when you thought nothing was moving. What felt like delay was often preparation. What felt like discomfort was often divine redirection. And what you are beginning to feel now is not imagination. It is God drawing you back to the purpose He placed inside you from the very beginning. I truly believe many people spend their whole lives chasing noise, but you were never created for noise. You were created for alignment. You were created to walk closely with God, to carry His light, and to live with deep spiritual meaning. That is your strength. That is your assignment. If this message spoke to your spirit, let me know in the comments. I would genuinely love to hear what part touched you most. And if you believe this word could encourage another chosen one, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who needs it today. Thank you for staying with me until the end. I do not take your time, your presence, or your heart lightly. May God keep guiding you, strengthening you, and revealing your purpose more clearly with every step.
Thank you.